How's it going, everyone? Welcome to Conti and Nick. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. The first time they go offense, they take Jordan Love? They take Jordan Love!
Listen, Matisse Thybulle will lock up CP3.
Oh my god.
Chris Paul.
Oh my god.
Chris Paul, baby. Right, Will?
Nope, I totally disagree. Look. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Conti and Nick. I'm Will Nicholson. As always, I have with me Gino Conti. And, yeah.
Will, how many
Jordan
episodes
Love.
do we need until people figure out our goddamn name?
Yeah, you never know.
I'm
You
just
never know.
joking.
New time people listening, you never know. But yeah, we're back here another Wednesday, 7:15 in the beautiful Bridgewater State University.
BBSU.
BSU.
Beautiful Bridgewater State University.
I see. Yeah, well, we got another good one for you guys again this week. It's just, it's the football season, so that's what we're going to be doing again. The football season. And unfortunately, we saw our Patriots lose this past Sunday night, but
I couldn't. You know what? I have a bit of a rant about it, and I'm pissed off. I'm gonna conserve my anger for now. Okay, Will, talk about what you want to talk about. Make your introduction, and I'm gonna calm down.
I guess before
Jesus!
Gino just banged his leg. Anyway, before we start, I guess I would just like to say to everyone, thank you for all the support we've been getting on social media. I say it at the end of every episode, but if you want to follow us, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok, we have a link tree that has all of our link too. But everything is at Conti and Nick. So yeah, we post some nice clips there. TikTok's been killing it, which I figured would happen, but it's just nice.
People
to see
are a
it.
sucker for content, man.
It is. They just are. True statement.
You're all idiots.
Unless you watch us, then you're just immediately
No,
smarter.
if you listen to me, you're an idiot.
If you listen to me, you're doing the right thing. If you disagree with him, you're probably right. Anyway, Patriots, Gino, what were your takeaways from the game on Sunday?
I was so beyond impressed, Will Nicholson. Let me tell you that. I was so impressed with the poise of this kid. I'm telling you right now, like, I was praising when I did the solo episode, and we've praised Mac Jones before. I was praising Mac on that solo episode probably more than I ever have. Okay, and this week showed you why. This kid, I'm not telling you he put up Patrick Mahomes stats like 700 yards, 7 touchdowns, he made rookie throws. Because no shit, Sherlock, but he's a rookie.
He is a rookie.
Okay?
In case you didn't know.
But you know what? This kid faced up against his idol. Okay? 4 weeks into his professional career. 1 month. And put this in perspective. 1 month into this kid's professional career. Okay? He's facing off against one of the best defenses in the league. And on top of that, on the other side of the ball, there's your idol.
12, baby.
Here's the man.
Hold on, I need to say real quick, because you've said this a bunch of times, and he has said that Tom Brady has his idol. I had to mention this eventually, right?
Go ahead.
Have you heard who Mac Jones said his like favorite player was growing up? It was not Tom Brady. He was one of his favorite, but his very favorite, his idol, you're not gonna believe what I tell you, was Tim Tebow.
I think I've actually kind of heard that.
He said when he was growing up, when like Tebow was like a Gator, and when he was pop nice. You said you're gonna do it. When he was going off on the Broncos. Which is crazy how Mac was like still a kid like when that was happening.
I feel so old.
It's crazy, right? But he said that he would always think like, oh, what would Tebow do? And there's an actual clip of it, and I'm gonna have to find it. But I thought that was hilarious that we say Tom Brady's one of his idols, which is true. He plays the game like Tom Brady, but it's hilarious that someone like Mac Jones looked up to Tim Tebow as a kid.
I can't believe it. Listen, I know I've ragged on Tebow being like a tight end, even though he got cut like months ago. I've like ragged on it and I've hated it beyond belief. Okay, and I still do to this day. But I mean, it wasn't Tebow's fault. He had an opportunity. He tried it. He took it. It's Urban Meyer's fault more than anything. And Urban Meyer, I told you, well, you're gonna get what's coming to you, and I'm finally glad that you are. Okay, you sleazy little pig. Okay, you sleazy pig, Meyer. I'm glad that this is coming to you. All right, but anyway. What I'm saying is, just to get back to Mac, this kid had one of the best defenses in the league. Yes, a depleted secondary, I get it. Okay? Tryon, Ndamukong Suh, William Golston, Vita Vea, that line, or Levante David, Devin White, that is a no-joke defense.
Best front end in the league, in my opinion.
And
I don't think it's close either.
Yeah, and you know what? You could argue maybe the Rams, but I'd say Tampa edges them out just a little bit. And you know what? And with Jason Pierre-Paul, he was out still. But still, okay, it's nasty. Yeah. You know what I'm trying to say. And then on the other side of the ball was your role model, was the man you craft your game after. Okay, the greatest player in the history of football.
Yes.
Okay, that along with him being your idol, and this kid performed. And he performed, and I'm telling you, if it wasn't for Bill Belichick, the Patriots would have won that game.
If it wasn't for Bill Belichick, you say. Because I do want to get more into that. Look, here are my takeaways from this game, right? And I will say, flat out, no hesitation, no second thought at all, Tom Brady was outperformed by Mac Jones. If you watch the game, it was clear as day Mac Jones was the better quarterback that night. Now, obviously, I think Brady's going to have a better season, blah, 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 stuff like that.
Has Mac already had a better career than Tom Brady?
I think that's what we got to get into.
No, Brady Nicholson,
get Brady Nick in here. We gotta say that. No, but look, Mac Jones, and look, this is very exciting. People always get super upset when you have these quarterbacks who, their ceiling's not out of this world great. It's like, with Mac, you know what you're getting, and we see that. You have 20 straight completions. You have accuracy, and it's great. It's the way that Belichick wants a quarterback.
Which, by the way, those 20 completions tied Tom Brady's. Tom Brady's personal record.
Yeah.
For most, which is, like I said, a month into his rookie season, this kid freaking ties one of Tom Brady's records, and Tom Brady pretty much holds all the records.
And look,
so what does that tell you?
Mac played out of his mind, right? But still, this Patriots team, and it's a shame because I didn't think it was going to be like this. This Patriots team is just not what I thought it would be. We have receivers dropping passes. Almost every pick that Mac has thrown has been because of a receiver. And look, obviously, it's a two-way thing. If the receiver drops the ball and it gets picked, maybe Mac shouldn't have thrown it. There's this whole thing, like that Kendrick Bourne ball. We were saying in the group chat, that's a rookie throw, right? That's just you have the rush coming, you put it up. Was it a bad throw necessarily? No. Could Kendrick Bourne maybe have caught it? Yes. Was it a rookie throw and not the right time to throw it? Up for debate, right? So that's the rookie plays that we're talking about. We see him make, but we see this offensive line without Trent Brown. When you have Isaiah Wynn playing right tackle, and you move Owenu to what, left tackle now? Yeah, it's all over the place.
Isaiah Wynn has been a huge disappointment. This kid is getting beat every freaking time I see him.
Oh yeah.
What? And Owenu, on one of those drives, had 2 holding calls. He had a great rookie year.
And Mac bailed him out of it.
Listen, Owenu's had a great rookie year, or he had a great rookie year. This year, he's dropping off, man.
Yeah.
Okay, Shaq Mason, you know what you're getting with Shaq Mason. Andrews is always going to be good.
Always solid.
And then, Heron and Durant, that rotation at right tackle, absolutely atrocious. They are missing Trent Brown badly, and that's weird to say because the man played half of a game for them.
Yeah.
A man who played half of the game, that you're feeling like the big sudden effects of him, that's when you know that your offensive line, at least on the right side, is bad. Okay, is bad.
I will say Mac Jones, aside from that one pick he threw, did not look like a rookie. He didn't look like a rookie. He looked like he was ready for that moment. He looked like he'd been there before, even though he really hadn't. And it was impressive. He was pressured who knows how many times. He was hit a bunch, way more than Tom Brady for sure. He took a beating, and even Collinsworth was on the broadcast. He was saying Mac Jones is taking a beating every play. He stands in the pocket. He still delivers dimes. It was great to see from Mac Jones. I was very excited from what I saw, and Patriots fans should be very happy at what they saw in the future. That is
-1 yards, by the way,
on rushing. I was going to mention that. Yeah. Look, this team, they're not built right now to win. We thought they were going to be built to win this year, maybe make the playoffs. They're not, and in my opinion, they're not a playoff team. They don't look like a playoff team unless we go on some crazy run and we start beating Buffalo and Miami more down the stretch. Who knows? Our best shot, 100, and we said this from the beginning of the year. Our best shot is the wild card. 100%.
Oh, yeah. I don't think we
said this from the beginning. It's Buffalo's division.
So, would you agree with me on a different matter? Will you agree with me when I say this, that Tom Brady, I'd say for the first time in his career, looked shook? Do you think so?
Yeah, I agree with you. And here's my explanation for that. And you could tell just by the way that this was handled by the media and by the players. Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, both of them hated this game so much. They hated it. And it goes back to the classic New England Patriots. All the media, BS, Snapface, InstaChat, all the stuff that Bill hates, that's all this game was. And they made it primetime. They made it on a Sunday. Excuse me. I don't know if you heard David Andrews. David Andrews was pissed in the postgame. And it seems like a game that they hated. Tom Brady, even in the postgame, he seemed like he didn't want to...
All the pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, exactly. It didn't sound like he didn't want to be in New England. He sounded very happy to actually be back. I think he actually said on Instagram, coming out of the other tunnel felt like driving in the UK, other side of the road. But it just felt like a game that they both hated. None of them wanted to put up with it. Bill, for publicity or whatever, goes and gives Brady a hug at the end of the game and then just immediately walks away. And then he has a 20-minute meeting with him after. I think that shows that they were excited to see each other. Because, Tom Brady and Bill Belichick, you don't spend 20 years with a relationship like they had, and it's just, he's Tampa, whatever, don't need him. No, obviously not. Were there other circumstances that Bill might have done to lead Brady out? That's possible, up for debate, right? But when it comes to this game, they hated the media attention. They hated all of this. Bill did not want to get in front of the cameras. Brady barely wanted to do the postgame. Did not want to do it. He didn't look like he wanted to be there. David Andrews, oh man, I wish you saw. If you're watching it on YouTube, I'll probably throw up the clip of David Andrews right now. He was pissed. He was like worse than Bill answers. When Bill answers a question, it's like, I just gotta do our job. That's what. Yeah, you know what I mean? Those are Bill answers, right? Yeah. David Andrews answered those, but not like that, but not in a monotone voice. It was scary. They were like, was it relieving to see Tom on the other side or something, and just kind of talking about the game, and David was like, start leaving, just lost the game, and everyone's like, oh. And then he just, that's one question I remember, and he just storms out of there, and they're like, all right, no more questions for David.
They don't call him Bear for nothing, man.
Dude, he's a scary dude. I wouldn't want David Andrews to
He was undrafted,
Really?
Yeah.
I actually didn't know that.
Undrafted.
Dude's a dog. We almost didn't get him in the postseason, or off-season too, but I'm glad we brought him back. This game had way too much attention.
Epic proportions.
It was a great game, but it for sure was a game that Pill wasn't super happy to be coaching, and Tom wasn't happy to be playing in. And we saw it. They have a 20-minute private conversation after the game where they catch up, and that's just how Bill and Brady handle themselves. So yeah.
So
that's my take.
Can I go on my rant?
I'm ready for it. I've been ready for it.
4th and 3. Okay.
Oh, this too. Yeah.
Do you remember what the Patriots opted to do on 4th and 3, rather than go for it?
56 Nick Folk field goal in the rain.
Are you aware that would have been Nick Folk's career, or tying his career long?
Yep.
That would have been tying Nick Folk's career long.
In the rain.
In the rain, and on an injured plant leg.
Did he have an injured plant leg?
He did.
See, that's an absurd call. And look, shout out Dom, because me and Dom have been on the fire Josh McDaniels train for a little bit now. I've seen Dom has been on it for a minute. But in general, the play calling, first of all, I'm done with Brandon Bolden.
Please just trade for Burkhead back.
Yes.
Get Rex Burkhead back,
yes,
please.
Get Rex Burkhead back for sure.
You know what? Why? Okay. Yes, I want Mac Jones to start. I've been saying this since before the regular season. I don't want that opinion to be taken into question, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Why did you start Mac Jones week 1 if you're not going to trust him on 4th and 3?
That's what I've been saying.
Why didn't you if you're not going to trust the kid who is outperforming the greatest quarterback of all time in one game, okay, not in a career, in one game. He is outperforming the greatest quarterback of all time. It is 4th and 3. This man thrives on short yardage passing, okay? And yeah, it's rainy conditions, but he was still playing very well, still doing what he had to do. Why did you not start Cam Newton if you are not going to trust this kid on 4th and 3?
I completely agree. I said from the beginning, 4th and 3, I'm like, oh, go for it. And I see the field goal team come on, and I'm like, this is what we're doing. This is what, are we really the 2001 Patriots again?
This is Adam Vinatieri in the tuck rule.
Where we think we have Adam Vinatieri. Like, oh yeah, 60 yards in the rain, Vinatieri, send it. Yep, go for it. No, this is 4th and 3. It's not like we were on a rush for time either. there was at least a minute left.
Yes.
And you choose to go for it?
And that's even. Thank you for bringing that up. That's an even more absurd thing. How much time does Tom Brady realistically need to leave a drive down the field and score a touchdown, or just get into field goal range?
Yeah.
How much
they had all 3 timeouts too.
All three
timeouts.
And he realistically needs. I mean, Tampa Bay is a huge explosive offense, so maybe even less. But this is Tom Brady. He needs about what?
30.
15 to 25 seconds.
For a field goal, I think that's pushing it.
To get into field goal range?
That's pushing it, I think.
Okay, well, whatever. So 25, 30 seconds.
Him and Aaron Rodgers have that same ability where, like, 30 to 40 seconds, take it, like, 50 yards. Yup.
Okay.
Gotcha.
Yeah, 25, 30 seconds, around that time. Okay, and you're still going to elect to kick the field goal. Not only if you convert that 4th and 3, okay, you're taking time off the clock.
Yeah.
Okay, then you could maybe do a run play, get into no huddle, spike the ball. Okay, like do whatever you gotta do, get it on whatever hash you want. Okay, but you still had a timeout left, I believe, right?
The Patriots?
I believe they still had a timeout.
Left.
I believe they had one timeout left. So you could have either elected to run the clock because it would have been a whole new set of downs. Okay, because you're in 4-down territory anyway.
Mm-hmm.
So you could have elected to get into no huddle, spike the ball, wait for a 2nd and 10, or you could have called your timeout. You left Tom Brady.
Even if it goes in, you left Tom Brady way too much time.
Yes, even if it went in. What I'm saying is, why was Cam Newton not named your Week 1 starter if you are not going to trust this rookie?
I completely agree.
If I was Mac Jones, I would feel personally insulted. Not very often do I question the logic of Bill Belichick, okay?
Yep.
He's the genius. He's the greatest coach of all time. And you know what? Like, I hate this argument. Well, he wouldn't have won without Brady. Brady wouldn't have won without Belichick. Okay?
I agree.
Brady. Okay, you could say, well, he just won with Tampa. Look at the personnel that was surrounded him.
Exactly.
Okay? I'm sorry. I'm not trying to say that they carried Brady.
What other quarterback gives a 6th-round pick a chance like that?
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying.
Bill's the only coach that I think that would do it.
Yes, they wouldn't have won without each other.
Maybe like Kyle Shanahan.
Yeah.
I don't know. He loves Kirk Cousins.
Yeah, I hate the argument. Oh well, this guy doesn't win without this guy. Without each other, none of them win.
I agree.
Okay,
yeah.
Without each other, none of them win. In my opinion, you that is disgraceful. Okay, it's insulting. It's nauseating. Okay, if next week if we're facing the Houston Texans.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so we better blow their ass out the water.
Yep.
Okay, but if we do get into a crucial situation, like a 4th and 3 by some chance or by some whim, and if we do not trust this kid, I'm telling you, I'm not saying put Bill on the hot seat. Okay, that's not what I'm saying. But we need to really start questioning how much Bill really does trust this
kid.
kid.
And McDaniels is a big part of it too.
Yeah, but the buck stops with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Okay? Especially on such a crucial down, such a crucial scenario, the buck stops with Bill Belichick.
Yes.
Okay, he's the boss. He has final say. Yes, offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator, you have your play calls, but if the head coach is the overseer of everything.
Yes.
Okay, and if he doesn't like what he's seeing on the other side of the ball, he goes, "No, we're doing this." Okay?
To go off of Mac Jones too, and McDaniel's not trusting him, we would see early in the game they were doing the same thing. They weren't really trusting Mac with the ball. It was run play, and okay, maybe Mac throws it on like a 2nd and 10 or something, and we just weren't gaining yards. And then finally, you open up the playbook and you let Mac rip it, and that's what they did. You let Mac rip it, and he had. What, 275 passing yards or something?
I think around there, yeah.
They opened up the playbook for him late. They opened up for him late, and he's ripping it. And it's a 4th and 3. Mac Jones is on fire. You have all the momentum right now, and you're 4th and 3, and you decide to kick it. And first of all, leaving Tom Brady with that much time. Come on.
And
that's absurd.
And 56 is anything but a gimme.
Yeah.
Okay? 56 yards, even on like a normal, just beautiful sunshine day. Okay? That's anything but a gimme. Okay? Justin Tucker misses 56-yard field goals sometimes.
He does.
Okay? He'll make 66, but sometimes he'll miss a 56-yard field goal. Okay? Nick Folk has been phenomenal ever since we signed him. Okay? Yeah. Ever since we signed him, Nick Folk has been phenomenal. But I'm going to repeat myself. Rainy conditions, okay? An injured plant leg, and it would have tied his career high.
Yep.
Career high.
Shout out to Cam Tate, too. He said in the group chat, we leave Tom Brady 10 seconds. No more. No more. Yeah. You can't leave him that much time.
I'd be scared even if we did leave Tom Brady 10 seconds.
Yeah, you never know.
Because he's Tom freaking Brady.
Yeah, no, it's insane.
Okay, I don't care if he's 44 years old. It's the GOAT. It's the GOAT, and a high-powered offense run by Bruce Arians, who's known for doing nothing but just chucking the ball down the field. Okay, that's what we know is gonna come. He doesn't make any secret about it. Okay, he doesn't hide his cards. He shows his cards.
Yep.
I mean, listen, everybody is gonna make mistakes in their life. Okay, but you're Bill Belichick. You've been there, man. You've been in these high-pressure scenarios. This would have been, I'm telling you, if Mac Jones performed great in this game and then was a bust the rest of his career. Okay, obviously it won't happen, but if he performed terribly the rest of his career after this one Tampa game, everybody would have remembered that this kid was dubbed the next Tom Brady, okay, by the annoying media. I don't agree with it, okay, but by the annoying media, this kid was dubbed as the next Tom Brady. He faces Tom Brady 1 month into his professional debut, and with an undermanned or with a severe for lack of a better word, a severe underdog team. Okay, a heavy underdog team is a better way to put it.
Yep.
He beats him. That would have been a signature moment. It would have been like student beats the teacher.
Yep.
It would have been an absolutely historical moment. And now people, like these annoying people who say, it's all Brady, okay, because he got bailed out by a terrible decision by Belichick.
Tom played awful.
Yes.
Not awful, right? But, I will say, Tom Brady standards, he played awful. Normal quarterback standards, he didn't play good.
Yes.
There's no way of saying that. I'm sorry. There's just no way of saying Tom Brady played a good game. Look, this Bucs offense wasn't anything like, Tom's slinging it down the field and he's hitting all these different targets. There was moments where he threw some nice strikes to Evans, but for majority of the game, the defense could not stop the Leonard Fournette run. That was most of it.
Our run defense isn't good.
It's not. You could not stop the Leonard Fournette. The Leonard Fournette run.
Or Ronald Jones because he got
Ronald
the touchdown.
Jones. Matt Judon was playing his heart out too.
Mm-hmm.
Matt Judon was going crazy, and then you have Jonathan Jones and Adrian Phillips just giving up big plays over the top.
Well, Adrian Phillips, in all honesty, he's more of a hybrid linebacker.
He is.
He's a box
He's
safety.
the Brady Nicholson.
Yeah, no, seriously.
He plays the Brady Nicholson role.
I've said it for a while. I think it's a bit of a weird fit because Duggar and Phillips are kind of like the same player.
And Duggar's better at it.
Yeah, and
Duggar's a physical corner,
Duggar's
man.
good.
Yeah.
Well, he's a safety.
Oh, he is?
Yeah, he's a
Well,
safety.
the hybrid, like we were saying. They play that same type of thing.
There's a difference. So you can be a hybrid safety and corner. That's what Jalen Mills is.
Yes.
Okay, no one's accusing Kyle Duggar and Jalen Mills of being the same player.
No, they're for sure not.
And then you can have that hybrid linebacker.
I think Duggar plays more of a linebacker, though. In my opinion,
Yes.
I think
Well,
he
that's
plays
what I'm
more
saying.
like a
So he's the
linebacker.
hybrid. But he was drafted, and when he was in college, he was a safety.
He was he was a D2 guy, right?
Yeah, he was. He was a D2 guy drafted in the second round. I forget the exact school, but
Players we find, man.
Yeah, but my point remains, okay? You if this is what you're gonna do, if you're not gonna trust the kid who was playing well and outperforming the GOAT, why didn't you start Cam Newton week 1?
I agree.
Why wouldn't you have all the blame be put on the veteran guy? Okay, and granted, you might say, oh, well, we wouldn't have been in that spot. It would have been a blowout if Cam Newton was starting. You know what? Fair enough. Okay,
I agree.
I agree. But say
Trust the kid.
Yeah,
You gotta trust him.
say-
I hope. Sorry to go you.
No, you're good, you're good.
I hope in this Texans game we see them finally be like, Mac, sling it. Please just sling it. Go crazy. Our run game isn't working right now. Bring back Rex Burkhead. We'll have Jamie Collins now who can hopefully stop that run more. I like Jamie Collins. I'm glad to have him back for the third time.
Yeah, seriously.
But
If
so
all those
Mac,
fails just come back to the Patriots, right?
Mac hopefully slings it.
Isn't it
more
so
this
funny
game.
that Jamie Collins always goes off on the Patriots, right? He'll get a big contract elsewhere, and then he sucks.
Yep.
He sucks, but then when he comes back, he's actually pretty damn good.
Yep. I'm excited for round 3.
I find that to be pretty damn funny because his rookie year, his first stint here, he was really good.
Yeah.
Okay, and then he goes to Cleveland, sucks.
Yeah.
Absolutely shits the bed in Cleveland. Okay,
back.
he comes back, does really good.
When's that Super Bowl, right? And,
Yeah. And
the Rams won, right? Was he on that team?
I think so.
I feel like he
I don't
was.
remember, but I
He
think
for
so.
sure has won a Super Bowl here.
Yeah, at some point.
One time and another,
Yes.
Jamie Collins won a Super Bowl.
Absolutely. And then, you know what? He goes to Detroit. And everyone thought, you know what? It would actually be a pretty decent fit because he'd be back under Matt Patricia.
Give me a break
But he
with Matt
sucks.
Patricia.
He sucks.
Give me a break.
Well, regardless, whatever you think, I mean, he knew how to handle Jamie Collins, right? So you'd think he'd at least be good in that department. He sucks.
He sucked.
He sucked. He's going to come back, and I think he's going to be good. Okay, I'm
Yeah,
not saying
I
he's
agree.
going to be this world beater. I think he's going to be good. He's a glove and fit. He knows exactly what we're doing. It's not going to take him time to be acclimated. But, rather than signing somebody, I know you wanted to talk about somebody that we traded, right?
Oh, yeah, no, I was about to get into this, actually. Stephon Gilmore traded to the Carolina Panthers for
Oh, my
a
goodness.
6th-round pick, which initially I was pretty mad because it just said that we released him. And then I guess it's, less, makes me want to put my head through a wall that we got some value.
Some sort of compensation.
A 6th-round pick, defensive player of the year, whatever. But, look, I think this, not talking about the Patriots real quick, but I think this elevates the Panthers to a way higher level. Not only are you going to get J.C. Horn back and they have Henderson, they're still they're going to have Henderson, and now they're going to have Stephon Gilmore.
I'm gonna nut.
Yeah. Yes.
I
So
think that might be the first pause because of laughter we've had.
I had to do it. If we were recording it.
Get yourself together, Nicholson!
All right, we're here. But yeah, you have
I'm gonna
three.
nut.
We have 3 powerhouse corners now on 4.
Because they have Dante Jackson,
That's
too.
true.
Dante Jackson's really good, too.
So you have this corner powerhouse. You still have this great defense. I like Matt Rule as a coach. Look, and if Sam Darnold keeps on playing the way he's been playing, this Carolina Panthers team could be legit. I'm going to say it. They could be legit. And look, I've been saying for a while, oh yeah, Sam Darnold. I was joking around with Deal. I'm like, this is Sam Darnold's bounce back year. And I did partially mean that. He has had a bounce back year.
So
Not
far.
anything crazy. But now you have this, very, very, in my opinion, could be an elite defense. And now you have Sam Darnold, who hasn't made a lot of mistakes. And he still has DJ Moore. He still has Robbie Anderson. He has all these good targets. Christian McCaffrey is going to come back. You might have a legit, not contending, but like an NFC wildcard team. Because let's be real, it's the Bucs division. It's going to be the Bucs division.
Well-
you might have a very, it wouldn't be outlandish to say, wildcard team for the Panthers.
Nicholson, I think this is something that not a lot of people are taking into account. When Stephon Gilmore was on the Patriots, other than last year, who was the quarterback he was facing?
I'm sorry,
In
I totally
practice.
what did you say?
I said before last year. Okay, so withstanding last year, in the years that Stephon Gilmore was on the Patriots, who was the quarterback he was facing every day?
Oh, it was Sammy Darnold. Did you see the
What?
thing?
No.
No, you were making that joke. I saw
No,
that joke where it's
no.
like the Panthers get one of Sam Darnold's
His
favorite targets.
Yeah.
Stephon
Stephon Gilmore. That's not what I'm talking about.
I thought that's the joke you were making. Sorry, I was on board
I'm
for
saying
that.
before
Continue.
Cam Newton, every day in practice, who was the quarterback that Stephon Gilmore was facing up against?
You're blanking me so hard.
Tom
Who is
Brady.
it? Oh yeah. You threw me off after the beginning. No, I'm kidding.
Tom Brady, right?
Yes.
Who's he now going to be facing twice a year?
Tommy boy.
Dude, that's going to give... Okay, hot take. Carolina's going to win against Tampa both times. Carolina's going to beat Tampa both times.
See, I don't know if I could take you up on that, but
Oh, I thought you'd honestly have like a what? I thought you would freak out.
that all right, that's pretty outlandish, but I do have a lot of faith
Yeah.
in this Carolina Panthers team now. I
I'm
think
telling you, dude.
This offense is still very, very, very good.
I'm telling you, dude. Stephon Gilmore withstanding, an elite cornerback withstanding. You had Dante Jackson, who was a 5th-round steal. He's not some elite shutdown corner, okay, but he's a good, complementary corner. Okay, he's a good number 2 guy, would fit well on any team. He's as dependable as they come, okay? He's good. Then you had J.C. Horn, a true lockdown, physical as they come, number 1 corner. And the same thing could be said about C.J. Henderson, the guy they traded for just a couple weeks ago. Think about it. They essentially got 2 top 10 corners. And speaking in terms of draft position. 8th, was it 7th or 8th overall? I forget. Was J.C. Horn? I think it was 7th, right?
Yes.
They got the 7th overall pick.
No, 8th. Sorry.
Was it 8th? Okay, whatever. 7th or 8th overall pick in this year's draft in terms of corner, and then they got the 9th overall pick from last year's draft.
Yeah.
Okay, that's nasty. That's insane, and you didn't even have to give up too much to get him. What was it, a 3rd-round pick and some rotational tight end? That's crazy. And then Dante Jackson, who's really good. Well, not really good, but he's as solid and dependable as they come. And then not the reigning, but 2 years ago, the defensive player of the year.
Yeah.
You add him, that's 4 really good corners.
It is.
And then Jeremy Chin, their safety, I don't remember what round he was picked in, but he's very young, and he's good as well. That is an awesome secondary.
Yeah.
And then Hassan Reddick, who was a middle linebacker picked out of Temple, his career wasn't going too well with the Cardinals. They shifted him to the defensive end. Was absolutely insane. They had him on a 1-year prove-it deal. It's been going great. Brian Burns, really good edge rusher. Okay, something Brown, I forget his first name. The first round pick that they had last year, really freaking good. Like, he's been ascending.
Yeah, I liked on it too.
Yeah, he's been ascending. Like, this is a great freaking defense. Shaq Thompson, a Swiss Army knife, can do anything you want. Like, I'm telling you, man.
It's a good team.
Panthers are legit.
Hey, we don't know. I'm not gonna make anything outlandish and say that they're a top team in the NFC East or anything.
Panthers are legit.
I think they could be a very good playoff team, and I'm excited to see after. I think week 7 is the first week that
Gilmore comes back.
Yes, that is the first week he's gonna be able to play. So I'm excited for that.
In terms of Patriots things, okay, like we've talked about how much this can positively affect the Panthers.
Yes.
I think more people right now in the immediate future, for the immediate current timeline, are very focused on the negative effects it has on New England. Are you pissed that they didn't give him the bag?
I'm very upset. And I knew this one because we're getting towards the end of the show. I knew this was gonna happen too. So I was gonna say, let's transition what this means for the Patriots. You don't give Stephon Gilmore the bag, and now you have Jonathan Jones and Adrian Phillips who are still gonna be in the lineup.
Johan Williams is there too. He's been good.
Come on.
He has been.
Gino,
he's
come
been
on,
good.
Come on. We're talking about the
good.
defensive player of the year. Is he getting up there in age? Yes, he's still a great corner. I don't care what anyone says. If you're the Patriots, you throw Stephon Gilmore the bag. You give him the bag. You give him the money. He deserved it. He's earned it. We've already paid him once. And all he wanted to do was restructure his contract because he didn't want to go into free agency next year. We said no. Now he's going to go to Carolina. He's probably in the next couple of weeks, we're going to see he signs a new deal with Carolina probably. He's going to stay there. And for the Patriots, this sucks. I mean, this is awful. We all reacted to it in the sports group chat. Shout out to everyone there. The same way. We're like, can we just give him the bag? Just give him the money that he deserves. And, Gino, I know that you disagree, and I need to know why.
It was smart not to give him the bag.
Outlandish. Continue.
Hold on. So first of all, before I continue, when you say give him the bag, how many years? Okay, I don't care about the cash
Doesn't
right now.
matter.
So
I'd give him a 3.
Would you have? So okay, a 3-year deal. At the end of that 3-year deal, it doesn't matter how. Let's say $25 million a year. Okay, let's just say. So
that's fair. That's totally
years,
fair.
3 years, $75 million. Are you confident in a 34-year-old Stephon Gilmore who's making $25 million?
Yes.
You are confident that he is still going to be playing the same level of football.
Absolutely.
At the beginning of this deal than the end.
Absolutely.
So at 34 years old, he is still going to be a defensive player of the year candidate.
Okay, maybe not a candidate, but the fact that
or an elite top 3 corner in the league. At 34 years old, you still believe that?
Yes.
Are you aware of how old Richard Sherman is?
Don't care.
33.
Listen, okay.
33 years old, and he couldn't get on the team unless everyone was hurt. But,
here's my thing. We're comparing 2 completely different players right here. Richard Sherman, the way that Richard Sherman plays, was this hyper-athletic, shut-down corner, going to get up in your face. The way that Gilmore plays, yes, is Gilmore a very man-to-man corner? Yes, but I think the way that Gilmore plays is almost more methodical the way he plays. Richard
Sherman's not a physical get-up-in-your-face guy. He's a zone corner.
He for sure was.
He's a zone corner.
Oh, come on. We're talking Legion of Boom here,
He was a zone corner.
Gino, it was Sherman Island, dude.
He gets exposed in man-to-man coverage.
Gino, come on. Or I'm talking prime Sherman. Maybe now I'm talking prime Richard Sherman, which he did totally get exposed in that Tampa game.
Even regardless, Richard Sherman, it was never known to be this Deion Sanders lock-up man-to-man corner, okay?
He was very good at it.
Okay, he
was Sherman Island.
At what point, he was the best cornerback in the league.
Yes.
Okay, he was the best cornerback in the league. You can say the same thing about Stephon Gilmore.
Yes.
Okay?
But here's the difference I'm making. Gilmore, the way that Gilmore plays the ball more than he plays the man. In my opinion, if you watch him play, everything Gilmore does, and also I like that Gilmore doesn't really talk. I think it's kind of funny. I was just like, oh, he breaks up a pass, says nothing. We have these corners like Ramsey and Sherman who say so much. I think that, even under that amount of money, Stephon Gilmore for the next 3 years could have been a servable player. He could have. He could have locked down the other team's best players.
At 34 years old?
Yes, I think he could have. And what's the worst case that happens? He can't. He can't guard the best player anymore.
Then that's a $25 million
okay,
cap
but listen. That doesn't mean he's not good, though. All right, very few corners in this league are actually put him in, lock down the other corner. Jalen Ramsey, that's how few it is.
Marlon Humphrey.
Sure.
Jair
yes,
Alexander. Okay. Byron Murphy's getting there.
Okay.
Byron Murphy's getting there.
I'd say
really like Byron
J.C.
Murphy.
Jackson's kind of becoming that guy too.
Yep.
Maybe not this electric shutdown, but he's a very good, cornerback one. So the worst thing that happens, right? You don't give Stephon Gilmore the bag, and now you're in this position where it's like, okay, he can't guard the wide receiver one, right? He can't guard him anymore. He can't do it. But we have J.C. Jackson, and we still have Jalen Mills. Gilmore can still be a serviceable player. Is he maybe overpaid now? Yes, but still, I think that makes your defense better. I think it still makes this defense a contender for one of the best in the NFL. Patriots should have thrown him the bag.
Other than Stephon, okay, let's assume that, under the assumption that Stephon Gilmore at 34 is still that guy that you're saying he will be, name me another corner who at that age, at age 34, has been able to do that.
Look, I know you hate Richard Sherman. You don't want him on the Bucs.
I'm not talking about Richard Sherman. Name me another corner.
It's rare.
And
Okay,
the
that's
history
fair.
of the NFL. It's very
fair
rare.
that it's
So
rare. You don't have old corners, but I think he could still be a serviceable player.
But
I think he could be.
But you said that he would be top 3 in the league still.
Okay, maybe not top 3. I'm not saying that he's going to be this elite level guy at 34, but I think he could play that long. I think he could play that long.
But that's a different argument.
You were just saying too. The Panthers have this elite defense now that they have Gilmore.
Because
if he's not going to be good
for the immediate future, yeah. But
3 years is like not a super long time though.
For players, it is.
I guess for players, but
17 games, you're thumping into somebody else, like every single goddamn play. Like, that's a lot, Will.
I guess. Well, yeah, it's just another thing that we disagree on, Gino. It's going to have to happen. Gilmore, I think, should have gotten the bag, but, I digress. It's time for more arguing, though, about a different topic. As always, we're getting into Willie Nick Picks of the Week. Last 10 minutes of the show. This has been an ongoing series. This is my 3rd week of doing it now. And I gotta say, the Willie Nick picks, after I've gone through, I think they have like a 73% chance to hit, which, look, not great. It was 84%, and then this week happened, so that's unfortunate. To update everyone, you saw it on the Instagram. You didn't keep track. I went 10-6 last week, which is my worst week so far.
Which still isn't bad.
Still not bad. It's still staying in that positive win-loss record. But, so
0-17 this week.
I hope not. No, there's no way. I don't make the Gino.
0-16, whatever.
0-16, and I finally got the Raiders right. Let's go. Finally got a Raiders loss right. But we're going to get into it again. Willie Nick Picks of the Week. I predict every game, starting with Thursday night, going to Monday night onward. You guys will catch on pretty easily. The very first game that we got, I have the LA Rams over the Seattle Seahawks. I think this Rams team had a tough week last week, losing to the Cardinals. That offense is hard to handle. But I think Seattle, Aaron Donald's going to get to Russell Wilson a lot. Give me the Rams.
That was Sean McVay's first ever loss against the Cardinals. I don't know if you saw
that.
I
actually didn't know that. That's crazy. The Jets versus Atlanta. Give me Atlanta here. I just think this offense is way, way better than the Jets' defense is. It's going to be a rough game for the Jets. Zach Wilson did have that crazy win. And I'm currently not winning any money on the bet that I made with Nick Drags, but oh well. Next game, we have the Green Bay Packers versus the Cincinnati Bengals. Give me the Green Bay Packers in this one. Cincinnati's had a pretty good stretch so far. Joe Burrow, Jamar Chase, but I think that finally they're going to play a very, very good defense that's going to kind of lock all that stuff down.
They just got Jalen Smith too.
They did.
Yeah.
Okay, so even more of a reason for me to pick Green Bay. Moving on, Minnesota, Detroit. Give me Minnesota. It's the Detroit Lions. That should be enough said. I'm literally moving on. That's all I have for that. Denver, Pittsburgh. Give me Denver. Pittsburgh's beat up. Ben Roethlisberger is old, and I don't even know if T.J. Watt's coming back.
Drew Lock is starting. Just so you know, I think because Teddy Bree has a concussion.
Even with Drew Lock, I think that Roethlisberger is more of a turnover machine with Drew Lock.
All right.
Or with Roethlisberger over Drew Lock. Tampa Bay over Miami. This should be pretty straightforward. Miami still is Jacoby Brissett. Tampa Bay is Tampa Bay.
Brian Flores knows Tom Brady.
I don't think that matters. It didn't matter last week. It's not going to matter this week. Moving on, I have New Orleans over the Washington football team. These are both 2-2 teams.
I think so.
It's a throw up right now.
How does New Orleans lose to the Giants?
I don't know. I put on New Orleans to win. Heineke's looked good, and the defense is not looking as good, which is surprising. Washington's defense hasn't what we said it's going to be. And also, this New Orleans defensive line is very, very good. I think they shut Antonio Gibson down. So I have New Orleans over Washington. Carolina and Philly, give me Carolina. Philly is an NFC East team. If that's not enough, then Sam Darnold's looked good. And overall, the Panthers have looked like a good football team. Give me them. Tennessee, Jacksonville. Give me Tennessee. Urban Meyer is an awful head coach and should be out of the league as soon as possible. Please do us a favor and go back to USC. Stop going to clubs and hitting on young women. Urban, that's very weird. And that's what Gino said. Moving on, New England, Houston. New England has a bounce back game. We should rip the Texans. Hopefully Max plays good. Give me New England. Chicago versus Las Vegas. Give me Chicago. Justin Fields is going to light it up again. The Raiders do not have a very good pass rush. Even though the Bears don't have a great offensive line, I think Fields pulls this one out. I continue my strain of betting against the Vegas Raiders.
You know the importance of this game, Chicago versus Vegas?
What is the importance?
It's Khalil Mack.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even think about that.
Khalil Mack, yep.
So Khalil Mack's going to go crazy, too. He's going to go crazy, man. All right, Chargers and Cleveland. Give me the Chargers. This is one of the losses. I think Cleveland's a very good team. This is one of the losses they're going to get. Herbert's going to go crazy, I think, and pull off this win. Chargers look like a good football team. They've impressed me. Good football play. No, I was joking a lot. Can't play quarterback, though. I was joking around with the Chargers a lot. People were saying, like, oh, they're an AFC wild card team. And I was like, no, they're not. So I will be wrong. This Chargers team has impressed me. Justin Herbert has made leaps that I didn't even think he could make. I mean, he's literally carrying this team with a bad defense and questionable coaching. So, I think he gets the win off here. He goes crazy like he did this past Monday night. Dallas and the Giants. Give me Dallas. NFC East slugfest. Good old fashioned NFC East slugfest. My favorite time. And Dallas is the best in the NFC East, so they should win this. Arizona, San Francisco, NFC West matchup. Give me the Arizona Cardinals. I think they're going to jump to 5-0, but who knows? San Francisco, their defense is improving. And, the only reason I'm really taking Arizona is because Trey Lance is starting at quarterback, it's looking like, and he is not ready. So we've talked about that before. He's not ready to go there.
You're lucky we only got 3 minutes.
Buffalo and Kansas City. This is my game of the week, my must-watch. I'm taking Buffalo over Kansas City. Their defense has looked suspect, and I think Josh Allen exposes that. And, Kansas City, gotta figure it out, man. That division's looking more competitive.
I'll tell you what, man.
It looks competitive every single week.
Show me Y-Stick X2 Spider Banana.
Love Robert. If you were in the pre-show, shout out to you. Baltimore and Indianapolis. Give me Baltimore. This Indy team just is not what it was last year. They're not that playoff team. They've looked rough. And that's the Monday night game. And, that wraps up Willie Nick's picks of the week.
You really don't think that Tampa Bay is going to struggle against Brian Flores, somebody who knows Tom Brady?
No, absolutely not.
Why not?
Because the Dolphins suck.
They don't suck.
They're pretty bad.
They don't suck. They just have Jacoby Brissett at quarterback.
Jacoby Brissett and their defense is getting blown out by the Raiders.
Oh, okay, but it was a competitive game. It's not like it was just a complete, absolute shutout on both sides of the ball.
And it's illegal for me to take the Raiders.
Why? Well, I'm not saying nothing about the Raiders.
No, I know.
You don't think John Gruden, the seasoned head coach in the league too, doesn't know how to play against rookie quarterbacks? I think that the Raiders are going to win. I think
he does. I don't think his defense will be able to do that though.
I think they will. Jonathan Abram is one of the hardest. Trayvon Moehrig. I'm sorry, not Jonathan Abram. Trayvon Moehrig is one of the hardest hitting safeties in the draft. He's a good rookie player.
I thought you were about to say in the league, and the only thing that was going through my head was Darren Sharper, one of the hardest hitting safeties in the league. Well, Greg Jennings broke his leg. I'm sorry.
You know what I mean? whatever, all this Willie Nick picks, I mean, I don't know what it's about. Actually, you know what I do? It's about the Mets! It's
about the Mets, baby! Hit a home run, baby! Let's go, Mets!
It's all about the Mets!
All about the Mets, baby! Let's go Sox on an off note. But thank you.
All about the Mets!
All about the Mets. This wraps up our time on Conti and Nick. Thank you for watching. As always, Instagram, Twitter, TikTok. I mentioned at the beginning of the show, at Conti and Nick. Follow us on all that. We're going to be posting clips. This episode is going to come out way earlier than the other ones. And it is all about the Mets. And, Gino, it's not always about the Mets, though. Sometimes it's about our good old friend, John Bro! Peace, everyone.